Pilot Training Flight Simulator is the biggest flight simulator on Roblox. Because of that, they have tons of game passes. With 21 game passes totaling over 2,755 Robux, I thought it would be a great idea to review every single game pass in one singular video. Starting on the ground, we have the Outfit Picker game pass, which costs 15 Robux and gives you tons of hats, hairs, shirts and trousers, or for any Americans watching, pants. You can make any combination of outfits you like, or you can make an outfit that matches what you're going to do, such as a pilot or ground crew. Be aware that even though you're wearing ground crew uniform, people might not listen to you. Next, we have the fire truck, which costs 95 Robux. You can spawn it at any airport, and it does exactly what you expect. Shoots water and has flashing blue lights. These aren't really any use because there are no fires in the game, but if you like to roleplay, then this would be great for you. Or if you just want to bother people by following them around and spraying water on them. Last thing on the ground is the air traffic control tower, which is 65 Robux and a great roleplay tool. You can get live weather updates straight from the control tower, as well as a set of airport charts and a radar which shows the location of all the other planes. Not only do you get access to the in-game air traffic control towers, but also free cam, which is probably the best feature in the game. If you're trying to get into PTFS content creation, then this game pass is necessary. The only complaint I have with this game pass is that despite you having a bright yellow ATC tag next to your name, most of the time no one listens to you, at least in public servers. Moving on to the sea, you can see that here's what you get with the Coast Guard's Game Pass. You get 2 helicopters, a boat, and a livery for the C-130. This Game Pass costs 195 Robux and is a good Game Pass because it gives you lots of opportunity for roleplay, and I can guarantee that there's at least one person each server trying to recreate Sully. In the past, I've used the boat just for swimming around, and the helicopters can be quite fun to use when someone crashes in the mountains. These are the only helicopters in the game equipped with a winch that can lift somebody, so I use the helicopters for multiple purposes rather than just water rescue. Continuing with the topic of the sea, here is the seaplane package, which costs 95 Robux. This gives you 5 light aircraft which are equipped with floats, which means you can land them on water. There are 3 airports which are dedicated just for seaplanes located at Grindavik, Greater Rockford and Perth. You can spawn them at any airport, but those are just the ones that are special and for those planes only. I rarely see anybody using this game pass, which is a bit of a shame because in my opinion these planes are really unique and quite fun as you can land them absolutely anywhere. Next up, the blimp game pass. This is one of the cheapest for a price of only 35 Robux and in my opinion one of the coolest game passes in the game. You get 3 blimps, a basic white one, a good one blimp based off of a real life Goodyear blimps, and this caravan blimp based off of a Top Gear episode where James managed to caravan around the English countryside and over an active runway.
Stay where you are, man!
Despite them being pretty slow, they are quite fun to mess around with if you have friends. Hot air balloons are 195 Robux and you get 4 different balloons which look like this. These can go very high speeds and is an interesting way to move around the map. These have helicopter physics, so it does take some time to get used to, and it is quite common to flip upside down whilst flying one of these. The Chinook costs 95 Robux and it might just be the most outdated Game Pass aircraft that is still in PTFS. The open rear of the helicopter and the double rotors are pretty unique. I don't really know what else to say. I guess I can say that we will probably be getting a remodel of this soon. The Airbus A380 is the only passenger aircraft which is a Game Pass. It comes with 9 liveries and has tons of seats. It is absolutely gigantic compared to the other planes in the game, and it only costs 95 Robux, which is quite cheap compared to the prices of some of the other things in the game. I believe this is a great deal compared to the next Game Pass on the list. The Air Force One Game Pass isn't even a plane, it only unlocks a livery on the 747. Sure, you get your own special interior, and it is Air Force One after all, but I think 195 Robux for this is a little bit outrageous. I don't know, tell me what you think of this in the comments down below. If you want a more detailed review, check the video in the description. Is it a fair price or is it way too much? The Learjet 45 is a small private plane with full deliveries. It looks nice, and if you're a fan of Grand Theft Auto, you can even fly the Luxor Deluxe, which is in game. This plane can land absolutely anywhere, so if you ever wanted to live like a business person, then this plane is for you. The Mighty Walrus costs 195 Robux and it is a massive walrus. When you left click it makes this sound. Also, it is incredibly fast. By incredibly fast, I mean that you can get from Perth to Greater Rockford in about 20 seconds. This plane is mainly used for trolling, so if you're into that sort of thing, this is for you. Santa's sled costs 95 Robux, and to be honest, I only ever see it used during Christmas, and it makes sense why. It doesn't really have a purpose at other times of the year, and to be honest, I forgot it even existed. It's more of a seasonal thing that you might buy to fly around for about 5 minutes before you get bored and hop into an airliner. Next up, the Blue Angels Game Pass, which like Air Force One, is just a livery on the F-18. However, not only is this cheaper at 95 Robux, but with this livery you unlock smoke and of course the iconic Blue Angels livery. Unlike Air Force One, I think this is a good Game Pass, but one thing that bothers me is that the smoke comes out of the left engine and not symmetrically. On the other hand, the Red Arrows livery, which is also 95 Robux, is much better, as number 1, it's for Red Arrows, number 2, the smoke comes out of the middle, and number 3, it has not 1, not 2, but 3 different smoke colours which consist of white, blue and red. I think it looks better, and well, that sums it up. Which do you prefer, the Blue Angels or the Red Arrows? The Antonov 8N225s comes at a whopping 225 Robux, but I actually think that the price is worth it. First of all, it has lots of animations, a very nice and detailed interior, it has the ability to transport vehicles, and it is a very iconic aircraft. I bought this aircraft almost immediately after it came out, and I do not regret my purchase. You can have so much fun with it that I would happily buy it again if I had to. If you would like to see my full review of this plane in detail, I'll put a link to it in the description, and I will try to put that cool YouTube pop-up thing. This plane once flew from New York to London in under 2 hours. The SR-71 Blackbird costs 95 Robux and it has a very interesting design. Like the Chinook, it is in need of a remodel, but to be honest, it doesn't even look that bad. The cockpit definitely needs to be redone, and surprisingly, this actually has room for 2 people. The C-130 has 4 liveries, including a Coast Guard livery and a livery by the name of Fat Albert. Fat Albert is a real plane and is used in air shows for the Blue Angels. The Coast Guard livery was a bit of a surprise to me, but I guess it makes sense as these probably have some technology that detects stuff with sonar. This is a normal C-130 Hercules livery, and there is this AC-130 livery which has flares. Pretty cool for 95 Robux. The last 3 planes are American fighter jets, and we will start with the F-16. The F-16 had a remodel a few months ago and has 3 liveries. There is a normal grey livery, black, and a Thunderbirds livery, which also has smoke but only 1 colour. It is the usual stuff that you would expect, such as flares, and has 1 space in the cockpit. I still think that the Red Arrows plane was the best in terms of airshow aircraft. The F-22 is much newer and in my opinion looks much better. It looks very aggressive and it has the usual technology you would find in a fighter jet, such as flares, room for 1 and a cockpit. It was remodeled recently just like the F-16. The F-35 is probably the goofiest looking of the 3, but it has one very cool feature, VTOL. VTOL lets the plane vertically take off and land, as the name suggests, which is a very nice feature to have. You can do some interesting things with it, and as you have probably guessed, it has a nice cockpit and flares. This was probably my most expensive video so far, costing me almost 3,000 Robux, so I would really appreciate if you subscribed or even liked the video. If you'd like to see more videos like this, tell me what you'd like to see me do in the comments down below, and for a chance to be in my videos, join my Discord. Thanks for watching, see you soon.